Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in history, is the embodiment of human triumph, a testament to resilience, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Yet, beneath the golden sheen of his 28 Olympic medals and the adulation of millions lies a deeply human story, one marked by pain, vulnerability, and an extraordinary journey of redemption.
Yeah, I had won a shit ton of medals. I had a great career. Doesn't matter. I wasn't happy with who I was.
For much of his legendary career, Phelps grappled with the weight of anxiety, depression, and substance abuse, struggles that drove him to the brink. At his lowest moments, despite being the strongest swimmer in the world, he questioned whether life itself was worth living.
I realized that I'm the strongest person I know, but at that moment, I was the weakest.
He confessed, exposing a stark truth about the fragility hidden behind even the most towering achievements. When Phelps retired from competitive swimming in 2016, he stood on top of the world. Fame, fortune, and the legacy of being the greatest swimmer in history. Yet none of it could fill the void within. What was happening in Michael's mind during those moments of victory? And more importantly, what lessons can we take from his courageous decision to share the vulnerable side of his journey? Michael Phelps has been a towering figure in the swimming world since his early teens. Turning professional at just 15, he competed in his first Olympics in 2000, a moment that set the stage for an extraordinary career. By the 2004 Athens Olympics, Phelps was on top of the world, winning 6 medals and cementing his place as a swimming legend. But the euphoria of victory was fleeting, and soon after, Phelps found himself facing one of the darkest periods of his life.
My first depression spell was in 2004. And I went up and down roller coasters all throughout life.
His words echo the struggles of countless elite performers. Olympians, artists, and actors alike often face a profound void after the spotlight fades. As Phelps himself observed,
A good 80%, maybe more, go through some kind of post-Olympic depression.
he's not alone in this experience. 3-time Olympic speed skater Apollo Ono captured the emptiness with a simple but powerful question.
It's gold, and then what?
Figure skater Sasha Cohen admitted,
I didn't develop outside interests. I had a very singular focus on my sport and on figure skating. It was like a compulsion. It was necessary.
and hurdler and bobsledder Lolo Jones shared her raw plea.
I've given my blood, sweat, and tears. I've given my talent, and all I'm asking is that after it's all said and done, someone can help me mentally get through this.
When you take a moment to think about it, post-Olympic depression feels inevitable. For years, Michael had devoted his life to a single goal, achieving greatness in the pool. Everything came down to fractions of a second in races that could last less than a minute. Success or failure wasn't just about medals. It felt like it defined his very existence. That kind of pressure is enough to break even the strongest among us. And yet, Michael didn't just meet that pressure. He conquered it. He achieved a level of greatness most can only dream of, shattering world records and amassing more Olympic medals than anyone in history. But once the races were over, once the podiums were empty and the cheering crowds had gone, he was left with a haunting question. What now? What is my purpose beyond the pool? After the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing, Michael Phelps achieved the unimaginable: 8 gold medals in a single Olympics, a feat never before accomplished in history. He was untouchable in the pool, a living legend. Yet, beneath the surface of this triumph, the tides of depression surged once more, dragging him into a deeper darkness.
I thought of myself of just a swimmer and not a human being, not a person. No self-love, no self-confidence.
Despite his extraordinary achievements, Michael was carrying a crushing weight. This was the invisible weight of relentless expectations, self-imposed aspirations, and the haunting voice of his inner demons. Each victory only seemed to amplify the pressure, leaving him trapped in a cycle of success and emptiness. By 2014, after his second DUI and a suspension from USA Swimming, Michael Phelps found himself at a crossroads.
And that's where I was just like, why don't I just end it all?
The image of the invincible champion had crumbled, and he could no longer outrun the battles raging within. His mental health struggles, once pushed aside, now demanded his full attention. It was clear, he couldn't keep ignoring the pain. He had to take control. he had to seek help. Phelps admitted himself to a rehabilitation center in Arizona, where he spent over a month confronting his demons and focusing on healing.
When I checked myself in to get treatment and to get help, I knew that that's what I needed, and I was at the end of the road, and I had to get help.
For the first time, he allowed himself to be vulnerable, to prioritize his well-being over everything else. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary.
And for a long time, I didn't know how to ask for help. I think once I asked help for the first time, everything became easy.
That decision saved my life. You don't have to wait for it to get that bad.
Though some of Michael's struggles had played out in the glaring spotlight of the media, much of his pain had been hidden from view. For years, he carried the weight of his mental health battles in silence, shielding the world from the turmoil beneath his calm and collected exterior. But now, his choice to seek help wasn't just about saving himself. It was about showing others that they, too, could break the silence and find a way forward. In 2015, Michael Phelps made a groundbreaking decision. He opened up completely in a Sports Illustrated interview. For the first time, he laid his struggles bare, breaking the silence he had carried for so long. He was ready to share his story, not just for himself, but for countless others who might be battling the same demons in silence. His raw vulnerability sparked a pivotal conversation about mental health in the world of sports. He pulled back the curtain on a reality few ever see, the emotional void many Olympic athletes face once the closing ceremonies are over. The bright lights fade, the cheers quiet, and the support often disappears. For Phelps, reaching rock bottom and seeking treatment for alcohol use was the turning point that transformed his life. By bravely speaking out, Phelps has become a beacon of hope, helping to shatter the stigma surrounding mental health, particularly for male athletes who often face societal pressures to appear unshakable.
I thought I couldn't talk about it. Like, you're giving away something to your competitors, and you know, that's hard to do when you're in this field of battles.
But through his courage, Michael showed the world that vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a profound strength. From his journey, we can learn an invaluable lesson. It's okay to ask for help. Reaching out doesn't diminish your strength, it proves your courage. You don't have to wait until you hit rock bottom to ask for help, Phelps reminds us. Reach out, be vulnerable, and get the support you need. You don't have to go through tough times alone. Reflecting on his own moment of truth, Michael said,
I think it's vulnerability. I think vulnerability is a scary word for a lot of people. It's a scary word for me. You know, I remember when I checked into a treatment center, I was shaking when I went in there. Because I didn't know what I'm getting myself into, but I wanted help.
Through his vulnerability and resilience, Michael Phelps became more than an Olympian. He became a symbol of hope, proving that seeking help is the ultimate act of strength. Michael Phelps has shown athletes, and people of all ages, that suppressing your feelings and burying your struggles isn't just unhealthy, it's dangerous.
We just have to change the perception that problems with mental health are something to hide.
Admitting that you're struggling can feel terrifying, but those moments of vulnerability, as uncomfortable as they may seem, are often the first steps toward healing, and they can save your life. A key part of this journey is finding a support system. Whether it's family, friends, teammates, or coaches, having trusted people in your corner can make all the difference. These are the people who will stand by you, encourage you, and remind you that you are not alone. And when the weight feels too heavy, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists, doctors, and mental health professionals can provide guidance and tools to help you move forward. That support system will be your lifeline during those inevitable moments when life feels overwhelming. Michael's story teaches us that mental health isn't a battle you fight once. It's an ongoing journey with no clear finish line. But that's okay, because it's a journey you don't have to face alone. In those difficult times, lean into coping skills, strategies that help you navigate through stress and emotional turbulence. Coping looks different for everyone, and finding what works for you can be a process of exploration. It could be yoga, journaling, meditation, or even a quiet walk in nature. Maybe it's immersing yourself in music, reconnecting with hobbies you love, or simply taking time to breathe. The key is to approach this process with curiosity and an open mind. Yes, it might take some trial and error, but discovering what helps you feel grounded is worth the effort. Just remember, Not all coping strategies are created equal. Turning to alcohol, drugs, or harmful behaviors will only deepen the pain. Instead, embrace the healthy habits that nourish your mind and soul. Because as Michael's journey proves, with the right tools and the right people by your side, you can overcome even the toughest of challenges. Speaking with a licensed therapist can provide you with personalized strategies and tools to navigate your unique challenges. But beyond professional help, it's vital to reconnect with why you started in the first place. For athletes, the daily grind, the pressure to achieve, and the obsession with goals, whether it's winning an Olympic medal or chasing another dream, can overshadow the pure passion that sparked the journey. For Michael, stepping back from the pool allowed him to regain that perspective. These days, he spends less time immersed in rigorous training and more time balancing swimming with other aspects of his life. By taking a step away from the all-or-nothing mentality, he's discovered a healthier relationship with his sport and himself. Michael Phelps is living proof that no matter how dark life gets, there is always hope. Overcoming the toughest battles doesn't happen overnight. It requires showing up for yourself every single day, even when it feels impossible. His journey reminds us that mental health isn't something you fix once and for all. It's an ongoing process that takes dedication and care. Through his vulnerability, Michael has inspired a seismic shift in how mental health is perceived, not just in sports but across society. Following his lead, other elite athletes have also taken a stand. Gymnast Simone Biles made the courageous decision to step back during the Tokyo Olympics to prioritize her mental health. Tennis champion Naomi Osaka did the same at the 2021 French Open. And swimmer Caleb Dressel took a much-needed break from the sport after his intense Olympic year. As Michael puts it so simply yet profoundly,
We're human. I don't think I have to say anything else.
if you're struggling, take Michael's lead. Remember, you're not alone. Seek help, lean on your support system, and don't be afraid to put yourself and your mental health first. No goal is worth sacrificing your well-being. Thank you for watching. You're not alone on this journey. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of strength and perseverance. Take care of yourself and stay safe.